It's Momentum Monday, where we update you on winners in this audience, and we take your calls, and it starts now. All right, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show. We're coming to you live from our Ramsey Solutions studios in Nashville. We're here to talk about you, specifically what you were born to do. Oh, Joe, I did it again, where I'm looking at the internet right before I start, and the YouTube channel catches up to me and it goes live. I'm literally becoming my dad. That's literally what it is. You know, realize that. I just became my dad live on the air, where I forgot to turn the speaker on my computer down. That means is I'm watching the YouTube channel right here while I'm live with you. So if you jump in on the chat room, I can comment every once in a while, and I do. So this is great evidence that I do that. It's a great way to interact live. If you've got a question, you can hit me in the chat room live while you're watching just after 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that's fun, kind of a way to jump in there. So we're here to talk about you and your purpose, what you were born to do, your professional purpose specifically. Here's how I look at work. You were created to work. Another way of saying it, you were created to contribute. If you look at work as just something you do to live, you are missing the contribution side of work. It's not just about paycheck. It's about purpose. Paycheck and purpose. That's why I titled my brand new book that's available now, pre-sale, kencoleman.com. From paycheck to purpose. Everybody needs provision from their work, but everybody wants contribution as well. You know this is true. And I'm telling you, it's possible. We've got 7 stages. Get clear. Get qualified. Get connected. Get started. Get promoted. Get the dream job. Give yourself away. Those 7 stages is the clear path to doing what you were born to do. What stage are you in? I'll help you identify that stage, help you do what you need to do to get to the next stage, because the world needs what you have to offer. This purpose question, what should I do with my life? It's not about us. It's about others. So let's go. 844-747-2577 is the phone number to jump in. It is a caller-driven show. 844-747-2577. Okay, so I want to talk real quick about why I drive this issue of who I know at the top of your resume. The Ken Coleman Show resume template is very different than the rest of the world. There are 8 billion templates on the internet. And to my knowledge, we're the only one. Now, there'll be some people that are starting to rip us off, I'm sure of it. But we move references, what you know is traditional references on a resume, we move it to the top of the resume. Nobody else does that. Now, why do I do that? Because here's what I know. Is that who you know is the most important thing about the job that you want to get. I'm just telling you it is. There's an old phrase, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So we flipped the resume about 3 years ago, and it's gone bananas. We've got templates now. You can get 6 templates for $9.99 at kencoleman.com. But the free resume guide at kencoleman.com tells you why we flipped the resume and we put references up top. So I'm just going to walk you through this. It's super important. And we've got the heading at the top of the resume, who I know. Now, I still get calls and emails from people saying, Ken, do we literally put a bold heading at the top of the resume, who I know? Absolutely you do. Here's why. We know from research that hiring managers are spending an average, listen to this, folks, an average of 7.4 seconds looking at a resume. Now, those of you who remember beginner math, an average is, we take the high, we take the low. 7.4 seconds is the average that they're scanning a resume. So you put all this stress into a resume, and a resume is a brochure. It is worthless without a relationship. That's why at the top of our resume guide, we put who I know. So I want to walk through this. Why do we do this? This is your chance to stand out. They're going to see this heading, who I know. So the hiring managers are going to go, huh? Kind of a Scooby-Doo sound. And they're going to look at this, and here's what they're going to see. Relevant endorsements. I want you to catch this. Relevant endorsements. People that are relevant in the space that you are looking to be employed. Could be industry experts if you know somebody. Could just be a really qualified person in that industry. because they're going to look at this. I'm doing the hard work for you by getting their attention with this who I know. They're going to lean in. Now, you've got to have relevant endorsements, meaning don't put an endorsement from your high school PE teacher if you're applying for a marketing position. Nobody cares that your high school PE teacher likes you. It's not relevant. You get the point. So relevant endorsements is one. Number two, immediate impression is what this does for you. An immediate positive impression. So let's say you're trying out. Listen to me. Like, I can't ever get sports out of my system. Everything to me is sports. You are applying for a graphic design position. I want, in the who I know, I want somebody who runs a graphic design firm, maybe a really accomplished designer that has designed brands for some big name brands, because they don't have to know the person. But when they look at this and they go, oh, this is a strong endorsement from somebody who's very impressive. See, references are just references. I don't want references. I want endorsements. So that's what you do and why you do it. Relevant endorsements and the immediate impression. That's why we put relationships at the top. 844-747-2577 is the phone number. 844-747-2577. Remember, the brand new book, From Paycheck to Purpose, is now available for pre-sale. We've got some amazing freebies, $100 of freebies that comes with the purchase of the book for $20 at kencoleman.com. And we also have a bundle with my new Get Clear Career Assessments. That's $30. So $20 to pre-order now, and you get some amazing freebies, $100 worth of freebies with the pre-order. It comes out November 9th. Or you can also get the assessment bundle where you get my Get Clear Career Assessments, which is going to measure talent, passion, mission, give you a great report and a filled out purpose statement and professional possibilities and so much more. Plus you get the book for $30. So for $30, you get the assessment and the book, kencoleman.com. Don't forget that is now available. All right, let's get to the phones. 844-747-2577. Kelly joins us in Naples, Florida. Kelly, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. Thank you so much for taking my call today. I really appreciate it.
You bet. You sound like you're fired up. I can just hear the energy dripping off of you, Kelly. This is very exciting. What's going on?
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. I am at a crossroads here. So basically, a while back, a recruiter from a company I really admire in my area reached out to me. I ended up going through the process of interviewing, got to the final interview, and got the job offer. I wasn't really on the look. You know, a recruiter had reached out, but I really like this company. I was seriously considering taking the job. It is something that aligns with, you know, my passion, and it aligns really with my role, you know, the roles I'm interested in. I had called you a while back and you gave me some clarity on that, so thank you for that.
Sure.
But what I am trying to figure out is basically the offer is less money than I thought it would be. And so that's kind of my biggest driver for not taking it. I'm leaning towards not taking it because of that. But it is one of those things where if I take a small step back, it could be a great step forward for the future. So that's kind of where I'm at. And it's just a really hard decision. I'm just really between a rock and a hard place with this.
Okay, so let's just take all of the emotion out of this if we can for the moment. Because I'm going to tell you at the end of the day to follow your heart. But let's take the heart out of this, because I think your heart feels a little wounded by the fact that it was less money. You're kind of like, well, that kind of stinks, because you were all excited. So had the money been different, had the offer been different financially, would you be at a crossroads?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably a little bit still, because the role I'm in now, I do have a lot more freedom too. So it's that plays into it a little bit, and I like my freedom.
Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. So now you've taken me down another path. So since we're on this path, I'm going to stay there. Does the current job, with all of its freedom that you really like, does it give you the same ladder to climb that the other offer does?
No, it does not.
Okay, do you want to be comfortable and really like your freedom? Or do you want to be on purpose doing what it is that you know you're supposed to do? Because that's essentially what you are telling yourself. Well, gosh, if I take this offer, I'm going to make a little bit less temporarily, but I know I can make a whole lot more in the future. and it keeps me on the path to doing what I was born to do. It's on purpose. It's a passion mission play, and it leads me further, faster. But I make more money right now in my current job, and I have lots of freedom. So you are choosing purpose or you are choosing comfort. That's what this boils down to. Do you see that or do you disagree?
I see it. I just think it's almost a $25,000 pay cut. And
For
I
how
didn't
long?
think it was going to be nearly.
That's okay.
It could be a long time.
How long?
Well, from what I've gathered from the recruiter, you only get small bumps in your raise each year. She didn't give me an exact amount.
Wait a second. Wait. Okay. And again,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't told you what I think you should do yet, but you're starting to go that route. But you got to play this out. That's why you called me. You were like, Ken, I'm at a crossroads. Which way do you think I should go? Am I right? That's why you called?
Yes.
Okay, then. Now listen. You're assuming that if you take this new job that you're only going to get your 3% bumps. And I'm making this up, but that's based on the average right now. The average annual bump in salary in the United States is 3%. But you're assuming that you don't get promoted with that assumption. True or false?
No, there is a path for promotion. I would be able to. It's just a slow process for promotion. I mean, they say a minimum of, you need a minimum of 2 years in order to get this small promotion for the leadership role within the.
How much would you get
team
bumped?
I would be on.
How much would you get bumped in pay with that promotion?
I think it's just the average 3% or so. That's I don't have a ton of clarity on that.
Okay.
I do need to ask more questions.
You do need to ask more questions, but that's what we're weighing. We're weighing, is this a right decision right now? It's not the only way to advance. So I'm okay if you pass on this and stay where you are. As long as you don't get complacent, you still got to be looking for the next move because what I'm hearing is your current position is temporary anyway, then that you're going to eventually need to step up. Correct?
Mm-hmm. And I think the company that I'm excited about and, that I got the offer for, it's going to be around. I think they're always growing. So my thought was, how do I turn it down if I were to, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm leaning toward turning it down because it is such a pay bump.
I think you tell them that. You go, hey, listen, I am honored. I am humbled, but I have to say no because this is a $25,000 step down. Why are you not okay telling them that? I think that's legit. Let them soak on that.
I'm worried about burning a bridge.
Wait. You're not going to burn a bridge because you're going to either tell them that you're not taking it or you're going to tell them why you're not taking it.
Yeah, fair enough. That's true. I mean, I guess in the beginning they did tell me, they said, roughly, my thought was there was going to be quarterly bonuses or it's kind of a sales role.
What did they initially tell you?
They told me what it would be roughly what the base was. And I thought, okay, with benefits and bonuses, maybe it'll be comparable.
Yeah.
And in the end, there's not really.
Listen, stop thinking this through. Just be honest with them and say, I am humbled and honored. I cannot take this position right now because it is a $25,000 difference between what I'm making right now. I would love to come here. I think it's the ladder that I need to be on. It represents a ladder, but you guys aren't you're not going to say this to them, but your mindset has to be, they're not the only way to do what it is you want to do. So it's okay to say no. After assessing this and asking you all the questions, this is not the only way to get where you want to go. So it's not worth taking a $25,000 hit. No. If it had more acceleration opportunity faster, like within a year you would make the 25 back, I'd say, yeah, I'd think about that.
Absolutely.
But
yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, so there you go. But here's the deal. Tell them really nice. They might go, well, crap, we didn't realize that. Let's get her in here for 25. Because I just wonder if you would take it if there wasn't a gap. Would you take it?
Yes. I'm very certain I would.
Well, then, Kelly, tell them, hey, I am so sorry. I can't take a $25,000 hit. I'm sure you understand. I'm really bummed, but I'm going to have to pass. And then let them call you back.
I just worry about if I'm passing on this now and then I got to wait, what's the recruiters? I don't know if it's
Tell the recruiter the same thing. Say, look, this just doesn't give me enough of a ladder to justify the $25,000 hit. The recruiter's not an idiot. You got to stop. You're doing it again. I just told you what to say, and you're like, well, but what? But what if I burn the bridge? Like, what do you mean? The only way to burn a bridge is to be a jerk. I don't see you being a jerk, Kelly. So don't be a jerk. There you go. I probably could have solved the whole call with that. Yeah, it's fine. Say no, but don't be a jerk. Let them come after you. I mean, they like you enough to offer you the gig. Don't go backwards like this, folks. If it's the only way to get there, then I would have told Kelly to do it. It's not the only way. Look, I specialize in helping you identify the mountaintop. And then I help you figure out the best way to get there. Notice I didn't say I help you identify the only way to get there. I just find that to be extremely rare. In fact, I've yet to take a phone call where I've coached somebody and they had a really horrible choice because it was the only way to get there. I've yet to have that happen. If it happens, great. We'll deal with it when it gets there. 844-747-2577. Now, this is fun. My name is Ken. Full name, Kenneth. I was raised in Newport News, Virginia. And I look at the board and it says, Kenneth from Newport News, Virginia. I'm having an out-of-body experience. I know that's not me. Are you from Newport News too? Really? Are you serious? We'll talk about it after the show. That's very exciting. All right, let's go to Kenneth right now in Newport News, Virginia. Kenneth, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, how are you?
Well, I'm living the dream, Kenneth. And how old are you, might I ask?
I'm 28.
28. All right. Where'd you go to school in Newport News? Can I ask all this too? If you don't want to tell me, you don't have to.
Yeah, well, I actually went to high school in Smithfield.
Yeah.
Smithfield High.
Yeah, just across the James River Bridge. My parents to this day live in Carrollton, Virginia. So right there past you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, very good. All right, how can I help you today?
Well, I've got a interesting scenario, and I had really something on my heart, and I've been in the career I am now for 10 years, and if you had asked me 2 years ago if I would ever want to do anything else, I'd say absolutely not, because I absolutely love what I do. But some life changes are happening, and I'm now thinking about going back to school to get a different job that's more conducive for family life. I've got a baby on the way, and my job just really isn't the best for family, but I absolutely love what I do. So right now I'm a firefighter paramedic for the city of Newport News.
Okay.
I do 24-hour shifts, sometimes 72, three days in a row. And with a baby on the way, I don't know that that's really what I want to do. I don't want to be away from my family for 3 days, even though I absolutely love it. And I'm actually right now on my way to the college with an application to nursing school. I'm thinking about going and doing nursing school and doing a complete career change. I just don't know if what I'm doing is crazy or, I'll be taking a pay cut, and, I don't know that I'll love doing that.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I think this is kind of normal. So I want you to hear me say what you're feeling is kind of normal because you're first-time dad, right?
Yeah.
Have you talked to any of the firefighters and EMT folks in the system there that have small kids? And have you talked to them about this and say, hey, I'm really concerned that once I got a baby that it's going to kill me and my heart's going to break into a million pieces because of the schedule, and I'm not going to see him for 3 days in a row. Have you talked to anybody about that actually has kids and gotten their point of view?
I have. I mean, I've
What'd they say?
To, a lot of people.
What'd they say?
Just about everyone I work with has kids, and everyone says that it's hard. Nobody can say for sure what the right or wrong thing to do is, but everyone says it's hard. They miss their kids, and they're FaceTiming, or their kids come and visit them at work when they can. But the good fathers, they really miss their family when they're away for
of course
3
they
days
do.
in a row.
Okay, but listen. Okay, and Kenneth, that's absolutely right. Good. I'm glad you talked to some people because you've just focused on the hard part. You didn't focus on how they're staying with it and they love their gig still. There are times, Kenneth, where I have to travel due to the nature of my work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm gone, I miss my kids too. And they're now teenagers. Okay. Interestingly enough, when they become teenagers, they don't miss you. You might miss them, but they don't miss you. Okay. And I can also tell you that the little guy or gal that comes to this world, the first 3-4 years of their life, they have no concept of time. And they're not going to wake up when they're 20 going, my dad was a good dude, but man, because he was a firefighter, I wouldn't see him for 2 days of stretches, and he's a jerk. It's just not going to happen. Here's the deal. If you go into nursing school, do you know how much time that's going to take?
A lot.
Yeah. Is Junior or Sweetie Girl going to be bouncing on your knee while you're studying to be a nurse? No. Let me tell you, when you get into nursing, you may have to do some overnight shifts. I just don't think that nursing is the solve for this. What you have to do is go, what does my life need to look like so that I can, as a father, have a heart that's full despite my schedule? I just don't think nursing's the play. It might be something else, but it's got to be in your sweet spot. See, because you're really good at the things that make you a fireman, aren't you? And an EMT.
I am.
And you love the work. Am I right?
Absolutely.
And the results of the work matter deeply to you. It's missional. When you're helping save somebody's life or save their home or whatever, that matters deeply to you, doesn't it?
It does.
So why don't you suck it up and teach your kids as they get older, Daddy loves his work. Here's why Daddy loves his work. And my particular work sometimes is a bit of a crazy schedule. But while I'm gone for 3 days straight, a lot of that's while they're asleep. Isn't that true, Kenneth?
It is.
And then when I'm off, I better be all about them. So I may be on 3 days, but I'm off the other days, and I'm totally locked into their life. And they see a dad who loves what he does and who loves them at the same time. I got to tell you, that's my opinion, is that your heart will heal because you're going to learn to manage the schedule and your feelings. I wouldn't quit what I'm doing for anything. I just wouldn't, because it's what I'm supposed to do, which means I got to figure the rest of it out. So I think you just have to adjust. And those other guys, the good dads that you talked about, they still love what they do and they love their kids. True or false?
True.
All right, then. You got to decide. I don't think nursing is the right path. If you want to do something else in the caregiving space, because that's what a firefighter is doing, is caregiving, protecting. Those are the two types of work I would put that in. EMT. But you don't know about nursing. Now, if you go hang out with some nurses and talk to them and find out that nursing is your jam, and it fulfills the same type of work, protecting, caregiving, and the missional result, which is service, because it does, but you're not going to have the same scheduling problems there, then I say go for it. But right now, you don't know enough to make that decision. I'd go find out way more. But you're a good man. Don't overthink this. You can be a firefighter, an EMT, and a great father. That is a false narrative that there is a choice, that you have to choose one. You got it?
I got it. I hadn't really thought of it that way.
Just adjust your lifestyle. That's all this is. This is not a passion question. This is you not knowing what it's going to be like to be a dad. And believe me, I do. You're going to be fine. And you've got all that time off too. I think the fireman schedule is really awesome, to be honest with you. The guy that works 5 days a week and has to travel 8 to 10 times a month would kill for your schedule because you're home. And the kiddos can come up there and hang out in the fire station with you. You get to see them during your shift. I think you got it way better than you think. And so I would compare that, sit down with the wife, and adjust your schedule. That's what I think. Do not just decide to go into nursing sight unseen. Good heavenly days. 844-747-2577. I was looking at the chat room earlier here on the YouTube page because we're live. And it looks like the moderator has whacked some guy named Jay Anderson. I guess he's being troublesome, a little bit of a troll there in the chat room. But before he got pulled out, he was asking everybody what they thought of my checkered shirt. and I was going to say to him, hey, Jay Anderson, I like my checkered shirt because I put it on today, and I really don't give two craps what you think about it. But apparently he went on to be, I don't even know what he's doing in there. Because while I'm talking, and so this is a safe space, by the way. I'm pulling all this out to say the chat room is a safe space. The team's watching this, and apparently this guy's a troll, so they whacked him. So there you go. Everybody have fun in there and be for each other. Don't be an idiot because we'll delete you. So there you go. 844. I like the checkered shirt, though. I don't know what the rest of you people think, but I got to tell you, I really don't care. Because no matter what somebody says about the checkered shirt, I bought it and I chose to put it on. And Joe's wearing checkers today in the control room. Very nice, Joe. The checkers is always positive. Here's the great thing about this shirt, okay? One other thing about this shirt. This has got dual purpose, and that makes me happy. Because if today I decide to surprise Stacy with a picnic, a romantic picnic, I could take the shirt off and put another shirt on. And I could put this on I could put it on the ground. I could put it on a table. And so you have a shirt.
That's smart thinking.
Shirt and a table covering all at the same time.
That's an option.
Thank you all very much. This is what I do. Hey, I'll tell you what else I do. I tell you about things that'll help you, whether I'm teaching you or I am telling you about something you need to do. And I've been telling you, and you are doing it, and it's exciting. If you're in the job search right now, you have got to trust me. You have got to go to ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. ZipRecruiter is the largest job site in the world. 3 times as likely to get hired are their candidates. They've got incredible technology. They got all these companies that have signed up, and they're paying ZipRecruiter to find talent. So that makes it free for you. There are no strings attached. You don't pay for ZipRecruiter service. But it's like adding the #1 recruiting site in the world to your tool belt, because it is. Takes you just minutes at ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. Fill out a profile, hit submit. They start matching you up and your profile to open jobs. Here's my favorite part. When a company sees your profile and they like it, they contact you directly. This is what makes it much easier than the traditional job search. It's not crickets. You're going to get contacted to engage. And did I mention that it's free? You have zero risk here. They're not selling you anything, and neither am I. I'm telling you about a free resource. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. It's the best way to get hired. Okay, quick break. When we come back, updates from you, the people, on your momentum. Plus, in the news segment, on the top pet peeves from hiring managers. Oh, it's going to be good. Don't move. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
We were drawn to Christian Healthcare Ministries because we both had young families and we wanted to have more children. And we had also just started a real estate company and needed to find healthcare coverage that would meet our needs. We were attracted to CHM because of its low monthly costs and the ability to negotiate medical costs down.
Established in 1981 and accredited by the Better Business Bureau, CHM is here to meet the needs of your growing family or small business. Check us out at chministries.org.
We absolutely believe in it.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, where we help you get unstuck and then get on purpose. 844-747-2577. 844-747-2577. Real quick call out for those of you that are watching the full show, whether it's live right now just after 12:28, about to be 12:29 Eastern Standard Time, or you're watching whenever. We have clips of the show that we will take out, and we load those up as well. And we just loaded a clip this morning about a call we got last week on the vaccine. The caller called in. She wanted to know, hey, it looks like my company's going to force me to take the vaccine, or they're going to can me. What do I do? So go check that particular call out if you feel like that's something that you're dealing with. And I want to point out, I am actively right now getting briefed and advised by a world-class employment attorney. I'm going to school on this issue because I need to go to school on this issue, meaning I'm going to get studied up and we're going to address this. I feel like this is going to be more and more of a thing. So if that's you and you've got a call and you're worried about this, remember, we'll change your name and location, what you do to protect your privacy. But this issue is going to be a thing. And so I'm just putting that out there. But I want to actually become more informed, and I'm getting there quickly on what your legal options are for those of you who don't want to do it for religious or medical reasons or whatever your point is. I'm not going to make this a debate about should you vax or not vax. I'm not going to get into that. Here's my personal opinion on this. I'll just tell you, if you want to get it, go for it. But if people don't want to get it, I'm always going to come down to the libertarian view that you should be able to do whatever you want to do. And I also will tell you that if private companies want to make that decision, they make that decision. So, but I want at least to coach you on your options because we're getting those calls and I think they're going to be more and more. And so I want to guide you. So stay tuned for more of that. If you want to go check out that clip, we did talk through her situation and it will be helpful to you. All right, Joe, it's time for In the News. All right, this is a CNBC article I will be referencing, hiring managers' top resume pet peeves. 70% of recruiters said that these resume deal breakers need to be communicated. So we're going to help. I want to help you because this is the type of stuff, these top three basically lead to immediate dismissal. They will take your resume, whether digital or hard copy. Nobody does the hard copy anymore, I guess. I'm still a guy who likes paper. And I like to do this because it irritates Joe when I make this sound effect. By the way, I got that from Rush Limbaugh. He used to do that all the time. So CNBC spoke with recruiters and hiring managers. And here we go, the top three. Number one, spelling and grammatical errors. And can I just say that whether you are a naturally good speller or not, I am. I think I'm pretty above average on grammatical stuff because I did well on the SAT a billion years ago. But I still need to get stuff proofed. I'm never going to submit something of importance, certainly when I put out a blog article, that we don't put it through copy editing. And if I'm submitting a resume, I'm going to have somebody look at this stuff. Don't just assume that because you won your 6th grade spelling bee contest that you didn't make an error just because you're distracted or moving quickly. Spelling and grammatical errors are a death knell. Recruiters, hiring managers, they look at this and they go, if one, I might be okay with it, but a couple, it just looks like you're not thorough. You didn't proofread your resume. You certainly didn't have anybody else do it. Don't do that. Number two, outdated portfolio of work. So if you're showing your work, let's say you were a designer or a web developer and you're showing work and your stuff is really outdated, they're going to go, well, what have you done lately? Or your LinkedIn profile. Listen, I was this guy. I didn't update LinkedIn all the time. I'm not Mr., update my social media all the time. I'm this. I have a team now that works on that for me, thank God. But people are looking at your LinkedIn profiles. They just are. That's where they're going. So you better have it updated. And you better have some updated work or they're going to go, oh, you've been unemployed for 3 years? And finally, this is such a validation for what we teach. The third biggest recruiting pet peeve for hiring managers, a resume pet peeve, is resumes that are longer than one page. There are some people that are putting out 3 to 5 to 6 page resumes. This is why I've said this before. A resume is a brochure. It is not a short story or a novel. It is not your entire biography. Best example that I could come up with is when I was a kid, we couldn't afford to fly anywhere, so we drove everywhere for vacation. And so back in the day, they had these things called rest stops along the highway. They still do, but I don't see them as much as I used to. And so we'd get out, pile out, right? My dad's like, everybody go in and go to the restroom. Go to the potty. Okay? So I don't know what it is, Joe, but there used to be these, like a whole wall of brochures of things in the area, the state or the regional area. And my dad used to get so irritated because I would come back with 15 to 20 brochures, which he knew were going to end up on the floor of the car. But I was like, oh, this is great. Oh, Dad, this one's about caves, and this one's got roller coasters, and this one's got horses, and But you know what? Those brochures did their job. They attracted adults' attention, my 10-year-old attention. I open it up. It's a trifold. It's got everything there. Dad, and they're trying to get dad to spend his money. Okay, a resume is a brochure. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to teach them about your entire life? Or are you trying to get them to call you? It's number 2, in case you're wondering at home. You want them to call you. You want to get an interview. That's it. So tease them. That's what's great about those marketing brochures. It's a snapshot designed to get you to call or go to the website or go to the app and then hopefully buy a ticket. So, one page, not your entire work history, relevant work history. If you want to get the tips on this for free, the resume guide is free in our resources at kencoleman.com. It's free. It's a great PDF, easy to read. I walk you through how you flip the resume, what you put in all the sections, and it's got a free template for you as well. So it's a brochure. And I got to tell you, number one pet peeve, hiring manager, they do not want to read all that. They just don't. They just want to get a snapshot. All right, it's time for updates on you, the people. You send them in via email, ask@kencoleman.com, or on social media, at Ken Coleman on Instagram, Ken Coleman Show on Facebook. And these are updates where you say, hey, Ken, I'm making some progress, and we want to brag on you. We call it Momentum Monday. All right, Eric shared this message on Instagram. He said, Ken, I followed your plan at the start of my career. I didn't know it, so I had to fumble through it, but your show helped me piece it together, and now I'm in my sweet spot with bigger paychecks than ever before. All right, Eric, very nice. Jell sent an email to ask@kencoleman.com. Hey, Ken, I'm so excited to tell you that I finally found my fit in our company. 7 years ago when I started here, I was hired as an intravenous tech, and I'm a very self-motivated person. After a couple of years, I was offered the lead position where I trained new technicians, and I loved it. Until recently, a door opened, and I was asked to facilitate a learning and development class, which was outside of my job description. Studying the description, I was able to find my own purpose, and it was always there in front of me. It's always been about developing people for me, whether it be hard skills or soft skills. And they've moved, and now let's see, I've received praises from coworkers and even the CEO, which is a global company. I want to continue to do this. Thank you for your advice. So, way to go, Jell. That's how it's supposed to work, by the way. Get Clear. That's the Get Clear career assessment. It's $30. Going to walk you through about a 25 to 30-minute process. It's a deep dive. It's awesome. Going to help identify for you your top talents, what you do best. It's going to help identify for you your top passions, the work you love to do. And then it's going to identify for you your driving missional result. What's the result you most want to create through your work that you love? Then it's going to fill out your purpose sentence. Some of you may have never had a purpose sentence filled out in your life because it's so intimidating. And I get it. But I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to fill in the blanks. And then I'm going to show you the professional possibilities out there for you. Multiple ways to do what you were created to do. And by the way, we have a bundle at kencoleman.com where you get the assessment and at an incredible discount because you're going to also get my new book, which is The Guide Up the Mountain. So the Get Clear Career Assessment helps you identify the mountaintop, or it might confirm for some of you. And then the new book, From Paycheck to Purpose, is the 7 stages. Get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job, give yourself away. You can get both products for only $30. It is the only bundle there at kencoleman.com. So new products for you folks to help you. Remember, the new book is on pre-sale only. You'll get it November the 9th when it comes out. We'll ship it to you on that day, so a day or before. It's going to come around that time. So a great bundle there at kencoleman.com. 844-747-2577. Remember that. That's the number. We'll protect your name. If you've got a sensitive situation, your industry, and where you're from. So don't forget all of that. And as I look at the clock, I can't believe it. Time flies when you're having fun doing what you love. Before I leave, remember this. You matter. You do have what it takes. Until next time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.